Hello, it's Saturday. Happy Easter to everybody. I totally missed last week because I was hanging out with family, of course. And yeah, that's okay. So here I am. Today, I'm talking about God equipping the called instead of God can't call me. I'm not equipped to do that. Hmm. Well, maybe it's time to change your perspective. Because God doesn't call the equipped, He equips the called. And this is something that my business/personal coach told me probably 6 months ago. Okay, it's been kind of ruminating in my head for 6 months, and it's come back again and again and again for me because there's just so much truth to it. When I'm a coach, I do things, or as a coach, I coach myself through a lot of the day, through a lot of the week. I'm working on, thought downloads and digging into things that are a problem for me or I'm curious about, or you get to become a student of your interior life. And that's what I do as a coach, is student of my own interior life, and then teach other people how to become students of their interior life in a way. And so what's really cool about that is obviously I get to help people do their, live a life that's more whole. And it's really exciting for me because I think I'm not a natural teacher, but I do have some of the gifts that a teacher has. And it's really just a blessing for me to be able to do that. And yes, by the way, that is a full tote of laundry that has not been done yet. That's next on my list to do. Fold the clothes. Anyway, but here's what I want to kind of point across, is because why would God call somebody like Peter? Okay, he's a fisherman. He had no idea what he was doing. He had no idea how to evangelize to men and women. He had no idea how to even trust, I guess, that, at times that God was who he said he was, and trust that following him was the right path for him. And so I think that, and I find this even in my own coaching too, and my coach has told me this so many times. She said, you will find that in your journey of self-growth, development, growing closer to Christ, etc., that when you're coaching something, you will learn something within the week of, coaching others that you will need like right away. She said, it's amazing. As soon as you learn a new concept or, kind of have a new epiphany or a new something you're supposed to be learning, like how the people in your life, the people you're coaching, like need that exact story. They need that exact transformation. They need that exact bit of information that you have been given. And as an example, just yesterday I was reading a book and I was pondering about this really amazing story that was in there and going, gosh, that's so applicable to my life right now. And it's so applicable to where I am, like figuring out gifts and abilities and my passions and talents. And and again, like this isn't about me, obviously, but at the same time, to be aware of those things in order to understand where my strengths are, where my weaknesses are. So anyway, I was listening to this, excuse me, not listening. I was reading a story about this woman who, was planning all these things and was like, hey, God, isn't this a beautiful, amazing thing? And God's like, it was okay, but that's not what I had planned for you. And so anyway, this story was so applicable to two of my clients' lives, like just this morning. So I just learned this yesterday and kind of applied it to my life, pondered it, and I was able to share it today. So it's always so amazing to me, like when I started this journey of, I have no idea how to be a coach. Like last June when I started this, I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never done anything like this before, other than experience with teaching and experience with one-on-one like vocal lessons, there's never been anything quite like it. But that's why we learn and grow. And that's why we trust God that He has called us where He has called us. I mean, if you're feeling very strongly about something, you love something with a passion, right? To be passionate about something means to suffer for this. Passion means to suffer for what you love. there's this really cool, I can't think of it. It's called the Unique Call to Sanctity Workshop that is hosted by Metanoia Catholic. I will post the link below later, but it's super cool because it gives you a really great idea of where your talents and gifts are, where your passions lie, and also where you feel called. So it kind of gives you that like unique call to sanctity of like, this is my purpose in life, and this is where I am right now, and this is where I can go, and this is where God's calling me. Because remember, God calls the he equips, he does not call the equipped, he equips the called. I about said that wrong. I caught myself. He equips the called because he has the tools that we need. We're just humans. We don't have all the knowledge or the tools or the know-how to do a lot of these things. But remember, God's dreams are bigger than your own. He's going to equip you with what you need to be a coach. AKA, I learned some stuff from last week that helped me today. Yeah, it happens. It's been happening the whole time that I've been coaching. So I just want to pause like in the wonder of that and the beauty of how God does that. Like think about the life of Peter and how he felt probably completely inadequate to do all the things that God was asking him to do. But yet God equipped him again and again and again and again. Faith, trust, hope. God equips us in our lives. Especially when we're doing what he has called us to do. There's grace in the present moment. There's always grace in the present moment. But you have to ask for it. I think I've talked about this before, but I want to go back to it. That you have to ask for the grace and be open to it. Because ladies and gentlemen, that is what is going to transform your life, is the grace of Jesus Christ. That and you being open and willing enough to respond to his call. Because my friend, he has called you to something wonderful and beautiful and big. Beautiful. Anyway, quick shout out to last week I just finished my strategist certification. So I am now a certified wholeness strategist. I think that's what the official title is. It might be slightly different, but whatever. So great. I see Matthew watching, and he kind of reminded me of it because he was one of my cohort. Yeah. So he was one of my cohorts, I guess you'd call it, in all the trainings that we went through. So I'm super excited about that. Officially trained, but still, waiting for the next moment of what's the next thing I get to learn, right? What is the next thing I get to learn so I can share with people? And it's super exciting. Yeah. So that's kind of my spiel for today, and have a wonderful day. And I will hopefully hop on next week, or I may not. I have a retreat, so I might just be drinking wine with my ladies. Anyway, have a great day. I'll hop on sometime.